All right. Well, everyone, welcome to another episode of the Drink and Draw Social Club Happy Hour. Today's episode, we're going to be focusing on the VALKYRIE, or the VALKYRIE, depending on what part of the world you grew up in. So let's introduce our players.
Players?
Yeah, that's you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let's all join in on the fun.
Let's all join in. All right. There you go.
Oh, Dave caught in the act of drinking. Joe putting away secret Marvel files that nobody's ever heard of or should even hear of.
Right. I guess more coffee.
Drinking some coffee.
By the way, I noticed that Jeff described this as a happy hour.
Well, I mean, some of us are happy.
Relatively.
I mean, it all depends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not usually an hour either. But we'll do what we can.
Well, it is for me. I got to.
You have a heart out?
Things to do, guys. I have a life, you know.
Nobody has a life during this time.
I can't spend it with you guys. All the time.
Not every week. So let's go ahead and make a quick introduction. There's Dan Panocean.
Hi, everyone.
Dave Johnson.
Wait, I got to get the sound effects. Hold on a second.
Uh-oh, we have sound effects?
Well, I don't know if you guys can hear it. Hold on. Let's see. Here we go.
Can't wait for the sound effects.
Can you hear that? You guys?
No.
You couldn't? All right, never mind.
Is it a fart noise?
Yeah, it's I thought you'd be able to hear it from my app, but never mind.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks for clapping it up.
Yeah, Dave Johnson, and then Joe Quesada over there in the corner. And me, Jeff Johnson. Welcome, everybody.
Jeff, you've drawn a lot of comic books over the years. Your favorite, is it still Wonder Man? Or is it Way of the Rat?
I have fond memories of both, but I would say probably some of the best times were on Wonder Man.
Interesting.
Yeah. What about you?
It's so wonderful.
Well, I was young and didn't know what I was doing, so it was always an adventure.
Life still seemed worth living, huh?
Right, I still had that idea of hope and joy and all those other things that are long since gone.
So where is Ben? People are asking.
Ben is busy saving the world, right? Isn't he doing something special?
He's always kind of saving the world. I mean, Ben is one of those guys that during this whole, COVID experience that we've all been going through, he's one of the guys sitting out there helping direct traffic in the morning.
Yeah.
And definitely one of the good guys, always volunteering.
The crazy thing is that nobody's asked him to, so he's just sort of in the middle of the street.
He just wanders out there.
He's kind of a vigilante.
Like, sir, can you please move? Yeah, exactly.
He's got the orange vest.
Batman.
Yeah, he's got the orange vest. Nobody can do anything about it.
Yeah.
No, let's be honest. It's court mandated helping.
Never thought about that.
We probably should think about that.
Yeah.
It's a dark side, that's for sure.
That time he was caught, well, we can't talk about it, but
we can't.
No. Legally we can't.
But we can talk about VALKYRIE, the character,
or Black Widow,
or in Dave's case, the Black Widow. So last week we all did a Black Widow drawing, and Dave didn't quite finish his, mostly because Dan and I were badgering him with
I couldn't concentrate
with a long list of questions, which I think that we'll pick up with this evening, if that's cool.
Joe, Dave was a little more chatty last time, and then we couldn't even get enough questions in. He goes, "I'm having such a fun time. Let's pick it up where we left off."
So were the questions fan generated or just Dan and Jeff generated?
What were the classic set of questions? Do you remember the French guy who first came up with them, Dan?
Proust or Prouveau. I don't know how to pronounce it properly, but that Lipton used to do it on Inside the Actors Studio, and I kind of borrowed that and added some other ones.
Huh.
Right.
Interesting. Wow.
Yeah.
I missed a good show then.
Well, we actually got Dave out of his shell a little bit and share a little something about his life.
Before we get into it with Dave again,
very uncomfortable, by the way.
Joe, before we get into it with
What
Dave,
did we not know about Dave, though? I just want to know. What did we not know?
Surprisingly, well, I mean,
you're gonna have to watch the episode last week.
There's so many secrets.
Come on, guys. I barely want to be on the episode. I don't want to watch it.
Dave's favorite cereal.
Yeah.
Are you asking?
Well, no, I mean, I know what it is, but I
do too.
Yeah.
I always have to have some in the house, thanks to Dave.
What's that kind of stuff, Joe? Not that important.
Okay.
Joe, how would you rate your show storyboards with all the production value it has and the epic guests versus something like Drink and Draw?
Wow.
Dan.
Well,
I don't want to hear this answer.
I think I do. I think we need to hear this answer.
well, I mean, you got to
think so.
understand the slickness of storyboards. That has nothing to do with me. I just sort of show up, right?
Mhm.
But in truth, we just there's a great production team, a company called BFD, big frickin' deal, productions. But they're awesome. They just made my whole life so much easier. They would be there early in the morning. I get there late, and they'd be ready to go. And
That's kind of nice.
but compared to Drink and Draw, come on, Dan. Seriously, I mean, look at these. Show us some graphics. Do something, man.
Hold on, let me show some graphics because
Here it comes.
I have to put up one of our sponsors, Joe. I noticed. I mean, the only lousy sponsor you have on your show is Marvel.
No. State
Is that
Farm.
true?
State Farm.
Sponsors. Yeah, no, I love State Farm. They insure a lot of my stuff, so it just worked out. Yeah.
How do you feel? How do you feel about Speed Wolf nibs?
Hot cakes.
I mean, last week we were pimping them, and sales went crazy because this show. We mentioned something like if there's like a product placement, it goes bananas with the public. It starts trending in a sense.
The reach of this show. I mean, just the other day, Dan, I was out walking my dog, and somebody pointed at me and said, "Who the hell are you? Do I know you from somewhere?" And I said, "Yeah, from Drink and Draw." And that was the end of the conversation. It was pretty quick.
Oh, so that wasn't the conversation that would really support what we're talking about, but it did happen.
No. But I'm glad to know that Speed Nibs is a sponsor because I don't have any Speed Nibs.
A lot of people don't.
Yeah.
It's hard to catch.
It's a need to have kind of product,
Is it?
Yeah, we
kind of like
people who we think will further the brand, with art.
So kind of like a herpes cream or something, right? Like
Very similar. Yeah. In fact, too similar, some people might say. Dave, I mean, Joe's got his big. Joe has a regular stuff going on, regular interviews going on a Marvel channel on YouTube, and he also has this show I'm a little jealous of because of Hugh Jackman on the first episode with storyboards. But Dave, you actually have something.
I do. It's the launch of Pop Kill #2 on Kickstarter.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah. We've already made the goal.
I can take this down. Hold on. Sorry. You take that down.
No.
So you don't need any more backers.
Believe me, we need more.
Okay, I'll just back up.
Was the goal to be better as women?
Making the goal basically pays everybody, a little bit. So it'd be nice to actually make a decent profit on it. So we want to keep it going. I mean,
Nice.
So far the reviews have all been great, and everybody got their books literally within a month. Of the last Kickstarter, ending, and
I like that.
I mean, what else could you ask for with a Kickstarter? I mean, there's so many Kickstarters that never end up, or Indiegogo, you never see the book. You're
I've heard of a few like that.
Yeah. So
and you never get your money.
Yeah. So
that's the worst part.
I'm really proud that we did it, and everybody's got the book. And now we're gonna do the same thing with #2. It's already done. So as soon as all the money comes in, we send out the books. So there's no delay, which is
fantastic.
That seems like a fair exchange. If they pay for it, they get the product. I like that.
Yeah, it's a weird concept we're trying out. I mean, it'd be nice not to have to do anything and just collect the money. But we're going to do it a different way.
That's going to be my Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Well,
David, that's the plan.
Yeah.
Well, Dave,
so if you go to Kickstarter and you Google Pop Kill, you will see.
You don't have to Google it, everybody. because if you look below this video, if you're on YouTube, there's a link for Dave's.
Oh, nice. But also, if you missed out on number 1, we still have levels where you can get 1 and 2, and also we have digital. So if you live like in Tanzania and it's like impossible to ship stuff, you can still get the digital copies of both 1 and 2. So,
I hear it's not as bad shipping to Tanzania as it used to be.
not after the coup. So, yeah.
Right.
And Dave, if it means anything to you, we're all very proud of you.
Oh, well, thanks, man. It's my first writing gig, so, or
Awesome.
real writing gig, I guess.
What?
It's
was there
excellent.
an Unreal writing gig?
Well, I mean, I did a Batman black and white story, but that was, 8 pages. I mean, this is
That's
4
still
issues,
writing.
so, it's a big deal for me. So I'm happy.
No, I'm saying, that Batman thing was still real writing. That was.
I'm just saying it was, almost 2 separate things because of the workload. So,
Excellent.
but once again, all in all, I'm really happy with how it turned out, and hopefully everybody will be too. So,
That's cool.
Ideally, yeah. I mean, you can't please everyone, Dave. Remember that.
I
In
have
particular,
learned.
Dan cannot be pleased.
I certainly can't be.
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
Dan complains about everything.
I am a bit of a complainer.
So who picked Valkyrie today? Whose choice was that and why?
That was Jeff's pick.
It certainly was not.
Jeff was like, "We got to do this, everybody," and I'm like, "We don't have to do anything, Jeff. You're not the boss." And he goes, "Today I am, buddy."
Yeah, I picked it.
Huh? He's gonna own that.
You know what I realized, Dan?
What?
I have never picked a theme for Drink and Draw.
Oh, that's too bad. We'll have
I've
to
never-
change that
You've never-
at some
No,
point.
you've never even asked, Dan. You've never asked me to.
Well, maybe you have a point. I hate to say it.
I mean, it's time.
Yeah?
Well,
Is it
Well,
jealousy?
Joe, who would you want to draw next time?
I don't know. You
Well,
pick
there
it.
you go.
That's part of the problem.
Yeah,
Right.
that's our problem. I get Hugh Jackman on this show, but I can't decide which character to draw.
Oh, that was great. I have to say that you're an excellent interviewer on those shows, and just surprisingly, you are doing a lot of physicality, doing some warm-ups, and you're doing some sidekicks.
Oh, my sciatica! You have no idea.
Yeah.
Now it's a lot of fun. I mean, there's more of that kind of silliness in some of the upcoming episodes. So if you like to see me make a fool of myself, which most of my friends enjoy,
Yeah.
Oddly, we all do.
yeah.
I
Well,
mean-
case in point, right this
Right.
moment.
Yeah.
So, no, it was a lot of fun. So check it out. Give it a look.
Yeah.
And but thank you, Jeff. I'm glad you're. You know what? Dave hasn't said anything. Dan hasn't said. So I just assume that they haven't seen it, but it's okay. I'm not precious.
I kept seeing the Hugh Jackman part, but I would fast forward when you would be adding your 2 cents.
I do have a face for radio. That's,
Yeah.
I was like,
I
you
will.
guy
I will
can
admit,
sing.
I will admit I haven't seen them yet, but that's because I keep forgetting to watch them. So it's not for lack of not wanting to watch.
Right.
I keep getting sidetracked. I go, yeah, I should watch that, and then I forget. So
guys, really, it's really okay. I mean,
Yeah.
I've seen him, Joe.
Hmm?
I've seen him.
So, but before we get back to Dave, Joe, I have one question. I actually didn't know that you directed any episodes of that show that she's on.
Yeah, no. You mean Agents of Shield? Thanks for watching,
Yeah.
Jeff.
You know what's funny is like I watched the first
Jeff,
seasons of Agents and then lost track of it.
But when you watch a show like mine, that the episode debuted today, right, with Natalia,
Yeah.
you're also supposed to pay attention to what's happening.
Well, I was paying attention to her. That's for
I
sure.
bet you were.
I can't blame it. I can't. She's just wonderful.
Yeah.
And no, yeah, I didn't direct a full episode. I had the opportunity to direct a 4-minute short.
Okay.
It was the first time directing something I've always wanted to do, and just it just so happened that she was the focus of that particular episode. So that was just wonderful kismet and stuff. So it was cool. I do have to say, I am missing Ben right now, right about now.
Why?
Because the show's already off the rails, man.
Because every once in a while, I'll look at the screen
Mm-hmm.
and I'll see him dozing off, and there's some comfort in that.
I mean, he bores easily. I mean, the guy, he's such a do-gooder. He barely gets any rest.
Yeah, but his falling asleep, I think, is indicative of what the audience is doing, which is again, I think it's kind of like getting demographic research just live right then and there.
Right.
So,
all right, let's spice it up a little bit. Let's go.
Most broadcasts. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, it's not like people are jumping through windows on most broadcasts. So I don't think we're doing too bad.
High praise. Thank you.
Right.
Way to sell the show.
Yeah. Let's since
now that we got the pop kill thing out of the way, let's just trash the show.
Yeah, you got what you wanted, Dave.
All right.
All they hear about is pop kill. That's all I hear from him.
Yeah.
I'll call him up. I'll tell him my personal problems, and then he'll go, "You see the numbers on pop kill?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but I got some real stuff going on here with me." He's like, "So what?"
Yeah, I mean, damn, what was up with that crying on my voicemail? Really?
Well, you know what? My wife doesn't listen to me, so I got to talk to somebody about this stuff.
All right, I guess I should have picked up. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Well, I'll show. I got a little bit of a head start. Just a tiny bit.
Dan, are these sketches that we do? Are they based on commissions that you get? Is that how these choices are made?
No, you know what? I'm kind of a jerk with commissions because I'm representing.
Wait. Just commissions?
Yeah.
The only time, but like there's certain things I just won't draw. So like take this for instance. I'm like, I'd like to draw. When Jeff suggested it, I said, okay, that's a great suggestion. I would like to draw VALKYRIE.
Right.
But there's certain characters I won't draw. So
what won't you draw? Now we're into it.
Yeah, let me know which characters, in case I get a hankering, Dan. Which ones will you not draw?
I'm not going to draw. God, I mean, Fool Killer, for instance. I know it's a favorite of yours. I'm not. I love
Fool Killer.
I know you do. We talk about it all the time.
What do you have against Fool Killer?
I don't. So many things. I mean, I don't want to. I didn't get into comic books to draw Fool Killer. Basically.
What about Sleepwalker?
Sleepwalker's great.
You know what? I was offered Sleepwalker at Marvel before I went over to Image, and the success I had on Prophet. I mean,
yeah. I turned down Sleepwalker. It's probably.
I turned down Sleepwalker too. Yeah. The only person who could draw that book is Brett Blevins. I mean,
yeah.
That's
what the problem is with Sleepwalker is it's in the name, right? It's like
that's a good point.
It's like so you're some kid and you're perusing the comic rack, right? And you see like the Flash, or you see Spider-Man, right? And then you see Sleep and Walker, right?
Yeah.
2 words, just like they just he wasn't even Sleep Runner or Wide Awake Walker, It was,
Active Walker.
Yeah. It's Sleepwalker. All right. Pass.
Yeah, I hear you. So yeah, I didn't do that.
I did draw some stuff. I did do some covers.
I do remember. I remember you did something with it. Because I think what you were attracted to. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think you saw that cape in all those folds, and you're like, that would be fun.
No, it was much simpler than that. It was the editor was Don Daly.
Oh, I love Don.
You know Don, right? Don would pull you into his office, right? And he'd go, come here. And it was like a drug deal. And he put his arm around your shoulder and he'd whisper in you, hey, I got this Punisher story for you. Or hey. So he offered me the Sleepwalker cover, and I'm like, Sleepwalker? And he's like, I'll get Kevin Nolan to ink it. I'm like, okay, I'm in. That was it. It was, it was like, he's just out there pimping Kevin Nolan. So who's going to say no?
I recall that too. I remember every time I'd be walking around Ralph Macchio's office at Marvel, and then or off to Bob Harris's office when he was editing, and Tom DeFalco was still editor-in-chief. So Bob was editing all the X books with Kelly Kerbasian, guys like that. But Don Daly would drag you in, and it was always like, "Psst, hey, you, we got something for you,"
Yeah.
It was great.
It was hysterical. Absolutely hysterical.
I mean, I have to confess, I actually did a bunch of Fool Killer covers not too long ago. So
Yeah.
but it was a fun.
But Dave, don't be ashamed just because Dan doesn't like Fool Killer. Fool Killer's a cool name. There's nothing wrong with it.
It's a great character. Yeah.
Well, what
You're a psychologist that goes around killing his patients.
is there any characters you guys wouldn't draw? Because I have like a laundry list. I mean, it's just you name it, I probably don't want to draw it.
Well, I've drawn a Gamecock.
I know, but you actually request to draw Gamecock.
Well, that was. I mean, how could you not? I mean, look at the results. I mean, man, what a great character. So
It's true. Think about that, Dave. Dave, I'm doing a little toothbrush splatter. You ever hear of that?
I've heard of the legend of it.
No.
Did you at least ask some things off?
Hey Dan, I'm actually sharing my screen here.
I'm a little bit more zen about it, Dave. So we can get some. We might have some happy accidents here.
I heard you're using your son's toothbrush. Is that true?
I am.
I mean, it's not like that kid wants to brush his teeth anyway, so might as well use it.
No, they're all those teeth are going to come out. What's the difference?
Yeah.
Hey Dan, I've been I got my screen on share mode. I don't know if you could see it in case you know.
Well, I'm toothbrushing over here. Hold on a second.
No, you don't have to, Dan. I don't want to put you.
No, I want to. I want to, Jeff. Sorry, Joe. I want to make this show. I'm compete. My biggest competition, the way I see it, is the show storyboards.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll show you my Valkyrie. Okay.
Hold on. Maybe this will help. Hold on. Oh, that's wow. All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
I actually penciled this one and I'm ditching, just ahead of time. But I still want to finish. So
that's beautiful.
Look, I even got a little horse with.
You got a horsey?
Got a horsey there with some wings. I don't know if you can see it. Hang on, let me darken my pencils.
Dan, do you know the name of the horse?
Yes, I do.
Is it
Pegasus?
Nope.
Pegasus.
It is a Pegasus, but it's not the Pegasus.
No. Peggy.
It's not Peggy.
It's not
Peggy.
Peggy. Not Peggy.
No,
not Peggy. Is it?
I'm beginning.
I wish I could remember any of the My Little Pony names right now, but I just can't.
Oh, God.
I'm lost.
What is it? Prancer? No, wait. Dancer. No, wait. Those are different. Those
are reindeers.
Oh, oops.
But they also fly, Joe. You got to give them a little bit of something there for that.
Dan, the name of the horse is Aragorn. I'm starting to feel as though that you picked this just because you wanted to finish your screen and your drawing and look cool on camera.
You know what? Nobody likes a gosh darn liar, and you almost made me curse.
Oh, all right. You have one chance to redeem yourself, Dan. What's the name of her sword?
Scimitar.
No.
Shachter. Jason Shachter?
No,
Dragon Fang.
Dragon Fang? I just make that up. You know what? Joe happens to.
You guys are sillier.
Dragon
I'm getting the
Fang.
feeling that Dan has.
There's those dragons, number one. Hold on, I got to put it on mute because I just dropped.
All right. Dave, do you feel like going back to the question thing?
Sure. Why not?
All
Let's
right.
do this.
Do you remember what the last question was?
Jeff, I don't even remember what I did this morning.
All right. So let's skip ahead. And here's a question for you. If you could be anything besides a comic book artist, what would it be?
Wrong answers only.
Dan, can you yourself? God, Joe, that looks great.
You hear that on the internet a lot, Jeff. Wrong answers only.
I hear a lot of that stuff on Twitter.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Honestly, I can't think of anything.
You were born to do this.
It's the only thing I think I could do.
What?
Legally.
Yeah, legal.
That makes sense. So, but you can't like not even like say a fighter pilot or astronaut or something.
But I mean, Dave, there's some jobs that take literally nothing, like no effort to perform, and you're saying that comics is still easier to perform than those.
Well, that's true. No, actually, thinking about it now, I think those times when I've built costumes. I do kind of like building things. So I think maybe working in special effects, like model building. I think that would be not too bad. You know,
that would be fun. You'd be really good at that too.
You know what show you would have been great for, Dave? Mythbusters. I could see.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Man.
But those guys are wicked smart with the math, so I think I would probably be pretty.
Yeah, but
calculators, whatever.
But Dave, just because you're not smart, you're pretty creative.
Yeah, you have other strengths.
That is true.
That's how none of us here are smart, but we've gotten by faking it. We're creatively faking our intelligence. So
I mean, Dan's been the reciprocant of some of my creativity for his son.
Yeah.
So, I mean, those things are fun to do.
Every year, Dave comes up with some kind of cool. He makes like a little Pandora's box for him that he gets to open, and he's got them all lined up in his room.
Oh, nice.
He's godfather of science.
Yeah. I need to get back on that.
Ted says, "Don't sell yourself short, Dave. I think it's because you're 6'3" or whatever. You'd make a fine sarcastic clerk at the DMV. Actually, that's true. You would be.
Oh man, Dave, or at the post office.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I can guarantee you, I would not do well in a service industry.
You'd do great at that, Dave. Come on.
No. No, that would be a nightmare. But thank you.
But remember there I don't know if it's still there in San Diego, but remember Dick's Last Resort, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it's actually a chain. There's another. I remember seeing another one in Boston and stuff. The goal of the waiters and waitresses is to be rude. That's the theme. So you would have been great there.
Now, nothing funnier than watching my buddy George's Genti. We went there one year and nobody told him, and he almost got in a fight with the waiter because he was like, "What the fuck? What the what?" And oh man, he was pissed off. We were like, "Calm down, man."
That site closed, right? Didn't that one? Is that one still there?
It probably did.
It moved, and then I think it closed. I think it did, but the one in Boston is open. That one I saw, I think last summer.
Fun, yeah, that was a great place. That was an excellent place to wind up.
Terrible
before you wound up at the hotel bar.
Yeah. Well, that's back. I mean, it was really popular when there weren't a lot of places to go. When San Diego was really, really small. It was one of the few places. Like literally, you would stumble in there late at night, and that's where everybody would be because that's where everybody was stumbling into at the end of the night. And then then it became the Gaslamp District, and that was the end of it.
Yeah, they held on for a little bit longer, but essentially that was it.
Yeah.
Anybody missing from last week? The Comic-Con?
You know what? I completely forgot all about it.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of stuff has been going on. I mean, I always miss it. I mean, it's one of those things that you go, I'm not going to miss it, and then you land up.
Yeah, I missed last year. I missed it for the first time in 30 years or something. But I do miss. Actually, I really do miss seeing fans, and then you guys. All right, you got it out of me. There, you heard it. There it is.
Wow, Joe has a soft side to him.
Did you record it?
No, we can erase that part.
Yeah, we can edit that out in post. You should see what I edit out. It's unbelievable. I have it all saved so I can blackmail Dave one day. But yeah,
Right.
It's pretty amazing.
All right, so Dave.
What are you gonna blackmail Dave with? Like, oh look, Dave is surly. I got proof.
Good point.
Come on.
It's true. It's hard to blackmail a guy. He lets it all hang out. Speaking of which, do you have any more questions?
Yeah. So that was one. Let's see. Here we go. What would be another one? You're not going to have, like, I was going to say, who's your favorite prose writer, but you don't read prose.
No. I'm not even going to fake that one.
Here's one.
On there?
Wait. Who wrote all the Nantucket, the limericks?
The dirty limericks?
Yeah. It was George. That was John Steinbeck's like second cousin or something.
Yeah. All right, here's one. Dave. Who is your favorite musician?
Oh, that's easy. Some crappy jazz guy that nobody's heard of that got thrown out of jazz school.
I've heard about
it. Let's see. My all-time favorite musician.
Yeah.
So I separate group versus musician, right?
Say again?
Oh, well, I mean, you got groups, and then you've got musicians. So
just pick the first thing that pops into your head.
However bizarre that might be.
Whatever weird Cuban, jazz fusion it might be.
Joe's going to run off the show with stuff like that.
I'm gonna say this because it was the first time I paid attention to a rock group, and it was Deep Purple.
Fishbone.
Wow.
Deep Purple's respectable.
Yeah.
What's wrong with Fishbone, Dan?
Yeah, I'm a big Fishbone fan.
Well, you're stupid.
Dan, you're not a big fan of much, are you?
Hey, that's not how we talk around here, is it? I mean, maybe it is. I don't know. Anyhow,
your idea of good music, let's be honest. Your idea of good music is like nature sounds on CD, or you just sit and listen to birds chirp.
I do know a lot about birds.
I don't want to.
Dan actually knows a surprising amount about birds.
Yeah.
It was very
disturbing.
Yeah. Dan, would you describe yourself as a birder or just an enthusiast?
Just an enthusiast. I'm not full Chris Cooper.
Yeah. Hey Dan, did you talk in the previous episodes about your excursion into the wild?
Oh God, I did. Remember we talked about my wolf thing? Well, I went out to Big Sur to get in touch with myself because I was having a little bit of a meltdown.
Wait, you went to Big Sur to touch yourself?
I went to Big Sur to touch. Look, I treat myself well. Okay.
Right.
If you don't like yourself, who do you like? So I said, you want to touch yourself or get in touch with yourself, go to Big Sur. And that's exactly what I did. And I found myself in a clearing with a bunch of redwood trees. And I said, you know what? I'm going to take a panoramic shot. This will be great for reference. And I started using my iPhone, which another one of our sponsors, by the way. I have to say it every episode. And I did the panoramic shot. I stopped the panoramic shot, put the phone down, and right in front of me is a deer. A buck, just staring at me, and I'm staring at the deer. It was so close I could touch it, but I didn't, of course, because I thought the thing might bite me. But I had a little nature moment, and I thought to myself, you know what? You really are a man of nature.
This wild animal.
Actually, I was all kidding aside. I was just real. I was like, this deer is surprisingly close to me. I hope it doesn't. I mean, you don't think of a deer as a fearsome animal. But also, it is a wild animal. And I was like,
also, Jeff, deers are really stupid. You can't talk to a deer. Unlike a wolf that can string several sentences together, deers are dumb as a stump. It's like, have you ever tried talking to a deer? It's literally like, ah.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to forego any deer speak.
Good choice. Good decision.
Yeah. Great. So, now we're going to get letters from PETA. Thanks, Joe.
Yeah. Great. Or the dumbdeer.com. Those people are Brutal.
Crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, they're pretty serious.
So,
All right, so Dan, you had a moment with the deer.
Yeah. No, you know what I thought of, and Jeff ruined this for me, or maybe it was Dave. I relayed the story to Jeff about how, like, I think Chris Claremont had written an issue where Wolverine is kind of in the forest and he's hunting this deer, and we're like, oh my God, Wolverine's going to kill a deer, which, people go deer hunting. You have to do it in some cases to the deer populations, but you still don't want to see Wolverine kill a deer. And he goes up to the deer and he just taps it on its hindquarters, I believe, or at least that's the way I remember it. And he did it to kind of prove a point, to say, look, I could have killed this deer. It's hard to sneak up on him. I'm Wolverine. The name isn't just, flashy. I'm literally kind of a forest nymph in a way. And he did it. And I'm kind of like Wolverine. And then Jeff said, no, the deer was like Wolverine. The deer snuck up on you, idiot.
Yeah.
That kind of hurt my feelings.
You're nothing like Wolverine, Dan.
But it was like a reverse Wolverine. So by proxy, I was a little bit like Wolverine.
Speaking of Wolverine, is anybody watching the comments to see if we have any questions? Because I mean, it's pretty damn rude that we have people that actually come on and support us, and you just ignore them, Dan.
Well, let me look. Oh,
this is why you miss Ben. To all those folks out there,
that's like instant jerky. It could have been if I had my buck knife on me. Sure.
Sorry, what was the question?
Let's see. No, it wasn't a question. Oh, here's one. No, I've never seen the Punisher use a deer. People are asking about bears. This was a good show. I hope I never see a bear, says Ted, ever. Seen too many YouTube videos of bears tearing animals apart. Yeah, that would have been a whole different story if it was a bear.
I saw a bear 3 times. Scary stuff.
Out in the wilderness?
No, my backyard.
Oh God.
So, yeah, it was the first time was weird. It was late at night, and the door to my deck. It was pitch dark, right? So it just couldn't see anything outside except a little bit of the deck. And there was a dog looking into the window. It looked like a Doberman Pinscher, just sort of looking through the window. I'm like, oh, somebody's dog is loose. So I went to the door, about to open it, and the bear is clearly more scared of us than we are of it. But all of a sudden, this thing got up, and it looked like an ape. It was huge, and then it just bounded across the deck and just jumped into the athleticism of the thing was crazy and scary at the same time. And then
this sounds a little bit better than my deer story. I don't like it.
I didn't have time to talk to the bear. So unfortunately, but then the other time was actually scarier. My daughter was same house, and my daughter was playing in the driveway with 2 of her friends. She was like 4 or 5, and a bear started coming down the driveway to them. And I just started screaming for the girls to get inside and stuff. This thing was huge. And then it walked away, and then I realized there was a mother bear. I mean, this was the baby. It was just immense. But that was a real frightening moment, because I mean, you see it coming towards kids and your own kid. It's like, oh my God, this is the stuff of nightmares. So yeah.
It's kind of like when you see a deer in the forest. Similar, I guess I can.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure you were
a little bit.
But actually, you know what, Dan? If that deer happened to be, if it was a young deer and its mother was around, you really have to avoid it, because the mother will come out around and literally kick the crap out of you.
Guess what? I took a few karate classes in my day, so I know a thing or two about kicking.
That's all right. Good.
When I lived in Georgia, I had a house in North Georgia, and we had some woods right behind our house. And one night, we had a floodlight that was cut off by the garage, so there was like a wall of black. And one day I was going to my studio, and I just hear, it was late at night, and I just hear,
Jesus.
And I was like, what? And it freaked me out, and I didn't find out till later that deer sometimes cough. But I thought it was some dude, and it scared the living piss out of me.
Could have been still.
You guys ever hear rabbits scream?
No.
I've heard rabbits scream.
Oh my God! I mean, again, because same house again, and there were bears. There's a family of bears, somewhere in the woods behind my backyard, and I'm letting the dog out to walk around, and you hear this thing that sounds like a baby crying. I mean, screaming, and it's it's the bears just kill, or bears or a coyote, killing a damn rabbit. It's a horrible, horrible, horrible sound.
Oh God,
Yeah.
I don't like it at all.
Yeah, well,
A sound worse than that are raccoons fighting.
Oh,
That is a sound you will never forget.
yeah.
if you're ever at the zoo and if you fed like a lemur, there's a reason they ask you not to feed lemurs peanuts. And I have
Time out. Time out. Why are you feeding lemurs at the zoo?
Listen, I just want to be included in the conversation, Jeff. Okay,
He's lying.
I might have made that up.
Well,
Yeah. There's lots of sounds. There's lots of sounds on the internet too that are a lot of crying sounds you hear sometimes.
oh God, Dan, lemurs feed. Oh.
Sorry, Dave had a good story. I wanted to be. All right, whatever.
Jeff, continue with the questions. Because.
Thank you. All right, Dave.
Yeah.
So what did we get to your music? Oh yeah, we did. Okay. Deep Purple. Here's one that I think you might actually really like this question. Who is your favorite?
1 second. How important is this? Watch this. We could do a countdown. What do you think?
I think 20 seconds might be too long.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, it's a bit too long there.
All right, Dave.
If it was an important question, we could play that beforehand.
Sure. Who is your favorite? Ignore the lemur in the corner. Who is your favorite painter?
Ooh, our benefactor.
Oh yeah. Oh, of course. Excuse me. May I?
Yeah, come on, Dan, get on it.
Our benefactor, another one of our sponsors, the late great. Hold on, let me get the.
You gotta get the face just right. The eyebrows.
Yeah.
There it is.
Look at him.
Fantastic.
You
would say Dorn is your favorite?
It's like between him and a guy named Herbert Paws. Paus. And if you see his work, you'll figure out.
Recognize Dave's color scheme. Everything Dave is and isn't is all about Herbert Paws.
Yep.
Huh. So, are there?
Did you discover him?
answers?
Yes, there's many wrong answers. Mostly just anything Dan says.
Yeah.
Because I was wondering who's the judge of the wrong answers. Like,
Hold on, I am going to go get some water for my white paint. I'll be right back.
Quick,
Excellent.
Jeff. Ask a bunch of questions for Dan can run them.
Much questions. So those are you guys, huh? You even more so than my guess would have been McGinnis.
He's up there too, but I got more out of Albert Dorn and Herbert Paws than McGinnis is such next level as far as the way he does stuff. Certain artists you look at and you go, man, that's amazing, but I can't get anything useful out of it because it's so over my head.
I felt that way about recently when we had Neil Adams on. I went back and looked at old Neil Adams to refresh my memory and check stuff out. And I remember as a kid studying, trying to study his stuff and learn from it. It was just too much for me. I couldn't handle it.
Yeah, I could see that too. I think that's another reason why I liked, I was more of a Mike Golden fan because it was a little bit more cartoony and a little bit easier to understand artistically, I guess.
Gotcha. All right, so we'll jump ahead.
I'm back.
Oh God, Dan's back. All right, Dave, how would you like to die?
Oh God.
Ooh.
It's on the list. Yeah, that's a good one.
That is a good one.
Something where I have at least a week notice.
Huh?
So, like a week before. Like I would hate to just up and die, like, on the middle of the toilet or, in bed or something. It would be good to control it, I think, personally.
Wow. Control freak. Okay.
So you don't mind getting terminal news so long as like I get at least a week?
Yeah, I think so. I could deal with that. You know?
All right.
I mean, I'm not
So-
even. I mean, if we're going that way, I'd probably wouldn't want to. I'd probably take myself out. That way, I could completely control it.
Wow.
Scary or?
This
No,
went
real-
dark. This went very dark, very quickly.
Well,
you know.
I mean, I think that's good because if you want to get back to Dan's favorite character, the Valkyrie, she used to.
Jeff, you're making fun of me now. You know I don't know anything about Valkyrie, really.
Right.
She used to sweep down and pick up the heroes and take them to Valhalla.
There you
Well, I
go.
know that part. I don't know her legendary sword like you do.
I mean,
Well, the sword's not legendary.
I am of a Viking lineage, so you know.
Yeah.
That would be all right by me.
So Dan, you don't before you draw a character, you don't do any research to just sort of get in the head of the character and draw them properly.
No.
You don't do that. Huh. You know what? I could. Yeah, that makes sense. Never mind.
You know what lunatic does do that? Me. I have to understand the character before I can draw.
I do the same thing. I do the exact same thing. You know.
Well, I don't. Okay.
Well, Dan's just a natural. He just has a deep affinity for all things superhero. All right.
Or a shallowness, one or the other. Just a consistent shallowness, I think, could work out for him too.
All right, Dave. Let's power through a few more. What is your motto? Do you have a motto?
Deal? What's your deal, bro?
I don't have a motto. Who has a motto
You don't have like a code
or
What-
credo? I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
Don't embarrass yourself. I don't know.
That's a good one.
I mean, it's a good way to live. You know.
If you followed it, it'd be a great one.
Yeah.
We should have, don't embarrass yourself. We should figure out what the Latin is for that and get it printed on a coin.
Well, I did make sure it's carpe noctem. You know, so that was kind of cool.
Seize the night.
Yeah.
I'd like to know what Dan's code is because you know he's got one. You know he has one.
My motto?
We'll have to figure
It was something probably from Roadhouse, I would imagine.
out. Yeah.
No.
I know what it is.
It's something from Conan.
It's got to be Conan.
Right.
So
Dan, do you know what it is? Do you have your motto? What is it?
I do have one, but it's personal. And you know what? This isn't about me, this episode. This episode's about Dave.
we'll do Dan's next week. How about that?
Mine is it's a man's got to know his limitations. It's
I
a
remember that from Conan.
from Conan.
So you
Right.
follow that?
Not really. I mean, we all have goals and aspirations.
All right. I think there's one last one, Dave.
All right. Thank God.
Let's just say, for argument's sake, heaven exists,
Oh
and
God.
for some reason you get in. I don't know how, but what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates? Like, this is all. First off, you're not getting in, but just in case, what would you like to have him say?
You know, I've actually thought about the concept of being in heaven for eternity, and just the thought of being anywhere for eternity just doesn't seem all that appealing to me. So maybe he would go, you know what? You know, welcome to heaven. You're going to get another 100 years of total bliss, and then you're going to just cease to exist. And I'd be all right with that.
Interesting. Not what I expected, but very interesting.
There you go.
Again, very dark. Very
Yeah.
I don't think you're ever getting invited on the storyboards show with answers like that, Dave.
Well, I never got invited on his other show, so it wouldn't be that big of a
By the way, Dave, not the way to get a stable relationship going.
Right.
Do not say that on a date.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that can be sort of the setting the ground rules. Is like, no matter how good this relationship is, there's
Yeah, I'm looking at the door. At some point, I'm at the door.
There's a ticking clock.
There's probably a reason why I'm single right now, so it is what it is.
Ladies, if you can fix this guy,
yeah, please fix me.
Yeah,
that always works out.
Yeah, that's the best.
That's exactly what women are looking for, to fix a guy.
Right.
if you're looking for a fixer-upper, Dave,
Forget about fix a flat. You need
You got a lot of time on your hands.
I would say if I was to describe Dave as a house, I would say the foundation is good. Just needs some paint.
There you go.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Dan's a total teardown.
You got to start. Oh, it's a do-over.
The pipes are messed up.
Yeah.
All right. Well, gentlemen, we got about 10 minutes left. Let's take a look at the drawings.
Want to?
Yeah, I'd love to. Dan, you have control of that.
I can help with this then.
Let's see.
Hold on. All right. I'll start with Joe.
Yeah. Still linking mine here.
Okay. This is why I don't like having Joe on the show. He's a bit of a show off.
Right. That's going to be sweet.
Well, there are some times where I care. I do a little work here,
Oh.
So.
Okay, that's really nice.
By the way, I here hidden here are the bullet bra thing that she wears.
Nice.
Very odd. Yeah, very odd.
I was like, where are those? I didn't want to call you out on that, but
yeah, no, I did them with the template, just have them ready to go. But,
So as a technical question, Joe, what kind of brush are you using to ink? Is it one of the classic Photoshop ones, or do you have a special one?
No, I'm on SketchUp.
SketchUp. Okay.
Yeah, so I use a bunch of their different brushes. This is just one that I sort of custom made for myself, which is just a standard ink brush. But one of the ones that I really kind of like is they have this manga line art pen.
wait a minute, on SketchUp.
Because it gives you this sort of more of a translucent line, but for certain things, it's actually kind of nice and soft. But
there's a little grain in there.
yeah. So
cool.
yeah, sometimes it substitutes as a good pencil too. But I got a decent pencil, right here. That's what I actually started to draw this thing with.
Sweet.
So it does trick your mind into thinking you're using a pencil.
Cool.
Because it does have you can push it in there and get some nice line weight and darkness and blah, 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 blah.
Nice.
All right, let's moving. Oh, that's pretty cool. Let's go to Dave Johnson, or maybe we'll end with Dave Johnson and then just really pimp Pop Kill. Here you go, Jeff.
Nice.
Jeff?
Valkyrie action, yeah. That is Dan's font in the background. I'm going to fill that in. Maybe do a little wash something on top of it, the way Dan style, to really give him the credit he deserves.
Thanks. Nice.
I'll be right back. My dogs are barking.
Wait a minute. I'm going to show mine now, Joe. You might want to stick around for this.
Yeah, it's okay.
What?
I like how you laid the letters out on those rocks in the river. Just Valkyrie. It's cool.
Thanks. Are you impressed that I knew how to spell Valkyrie?
No, I mean, I assumed you have a grasp of the
language.
the character. It's a character name.
Yeah.
So you're throwing in white paint now? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm going in with the white paint. I'm really taking it to the streets here.
Man, that tree is crazy.
Thank you.
Nice work. I love the splatter too.
Yeah, I hope you masked off that area on the sides.
On the what?
Well, on the borders.
I did.
Oh, okay, good.
Sadly, that's the only part I masked though, Dave.
Well, I don't mind.
I didn't mask anything else. I used a little bit of electric eraser. A lot of times what I'll do on my ink work is I'll use the electric eraser to make a line gray, which is kind of a nice effect. Because on the original it has at least some, looks like it belongs,
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's tough to do a piece that you might sell like that one. I'm assuming already sold.
No, I don't think it is.
All right. Well then,
Maybe somebody will buy it. Who knows?
someone should jump at that if it's not already spoken for.
Yeah.
That's bananas.
So,
That if you're making something that you know is going to just see print, you still want the original to have some flavor.
Yeah. I always got a kick out of those guys like Tom Palmer who would do the ink wash stuff on the Marvel magazines, and it's just incredible stuff. I mean, those were great mags.
Yeah, that was great. Well, so this episode we were able to finish the questions with Dave, and it looks like Dave is almost done with his
I
Black
gotta do
Widow.
that, but it's mostly going to be black, so might have to go back in with some white paint, for her hair, but
Nice leather technique.
yeah, it turned out all right.
Cool.
Kind
Very
of going without a net, didn't pencil the the highlights, just kind of let the brush do all the work. So
Cool. Very cool. All right.
Can you give us a little bit of something about Pop Kill before we go?
yeah, once again, it's issue 2. Pop Kill is about basically what if Coke and Pepsi were fierce enemies to the point where they hire assassins and saboteurs and hitmen to go after one another. And each company is owned by a former Siamese twins that now hate each other. And it's a love story between a hitman who works for one side and a fizz soda scientist who works on the other side. And there's a whole lot of action and adult humor. And I think it turned out pretty good. So
First, you got the drive.
the way what?
Any hijinks?
A little bit. Some soda humor, Some
Beautiful.
people
I
take
love
it out
that.
by, some
Love
soda.
the soda humor.
Yeah, I was a big fan of soda humor.
Gotta love so.
Man.
You know what? If you like Coke and Pepsi, I think you should buy this book. This was
Wow, a lot of people do.
There you go.
Oh, look at this! Someone wants to see the slots for a coffee mug.
It's not the oh nice. It's not the RC Cola of comics. It's the Coca-Cola of comics. How about that?
That's a work on that a little bit.
We're gonna workshop that tagline.
It's a little cumbersome coming out of the mouth.
It's a little flat. Right. We're gonna put a pin in that for a minute now. We're gonna wrap
Let's work up in a bit, and we'll be back to you next week, where Joe will pick the topic if he's going to join us.
Yeah,
How's
we'll
that
see. We'll see.
All right.
I'm feeling pretty good after today. Today was a mess.
right. All right.
All right.
Dan?
I'm like, wow, man. I'm like,
Yeah.
more here. I gotta go.
All right. Toodles, everybody.